All right, class. My name is Arkady Ngiev, Mr. Ngiev, Mr. H. I go by all that. That's fine. Um, I wanted a quick intro to the class itself. I always done a video and I just kind of just monologue to the class itself, but I really wanted to sort of see if this would work a little bit better with the questions that you guys may have about the class itself and may lead to more answers so that we know what we're doing. So let's do this here. Just a quick little bit about myself. I'm going to click on the account profile here. This is me, a little bit younger self of me, but still me. There it is. I've taught, this is already the 18th year. So this is about 3 years old. The picture is about 3 years old. So I've taught about 18 years at West Hills College, 6 years at a inner city high school, and got my bachelor's degree from Fresno State, then went on to get my master's from Fresno Pacific University. And so that's kind of where I'm coming from. I always wanted to go back to Fresno State, or Fresno Pacific is actually, sorry, Fresno City is where I got my AA degree. So always wanted to go back there to teach, and saw a job opening at West Hills College. I applied for it, got it, and then I figured like, man, this is a really cool place small college. People know each other. So I figured just kind of stayed all these years here. So our class, though, that we want to get to is Math 10A. Here's what we got. And let me go over the syllabus first, and then we'll jump to the other stuff. We'll jump to questions here because that's my first thing to go. So I think you guys hopefully have read through the syllabus already here. I'm going to just pick the highlights of things I need to do. So we have the name of the class. It is online completely. It is spring 2024. And here's the text. So let's talk about the textbook. Do you need a physical textbook in your hand? The answer is no. The reason for it is because the publisher website that we're going to use already has an ebook there. So there's no need to have an book in your hand. But if you want to, you can. I would suggest to see if you can find something for rent as opposed to purchase. I know there's some websites called chegg.com that does a pretty good job of renting out textbooks.
Oh my
Textbooks.com is
God,
another
bro, are
website.
you serious?
And then let's see what else. And Amazon.com. Yeah, those are the three that I've kind of looked at to sort of see what's out there textbook wise. So if you want a physical textbook, go for it. Okay. Otherwise, there's going to be ebook in the software we're going to be using. All right, and then let's jump to office hours. So what I want to do, maybe take a little vote here at the end, is I'm going to just ask you guys what would be a good time during the week that we can get together. I'm teaching, gosh, I don't know, 5 classes or so. So I figure about 2 hours. We can schedule it like 1 hour on one day, 1 hour another day. We can schedule it that way, or we can take a whole block of 2 hours to kind of meet and go over anything that you guys have as far as questions on the class itself. But we'll do that at the end. Someone remind me about office hours, and we'll take a vote, and we'll see if we can accommodate as many people as possible. Okay. Going down the syllabus here, there's going to be lectures. There's some PowerPoints and videos that I'm going to steer you guys towards. There'll be online homework that you need to complete. There will be a midterm. There are discussion boards on Canvas. And this says My Lab and Master. That's where you can find it. So the discussion boards, you're going to find them on Canvas. There's going to be an SLO exam. You're going to find it on the My Lab and Mastery. The final exam is going to be on My Lab and Mastery, just so you can know where to go to actually find it. All right, attendance. Here's one thing I need from you guys here. I just need an email from you saying that you want to stay in the class. That's kind of like the same thing as coming to the first day of class and then saying here, I'm here. And then the prof takes the fact that you're there. So that's what I need from you guys. Additionally, I need you guys to sign up for the 14-day free trial of the My Math Lab, which we'll go over here in just a bit here. And that's the publisher's website that we're going to use in order to go through the class itself. All right. And then if you can, go on the discussion board and at least post a discussion. The first one is just the intro discussion about yourself. So go from there. So again, first things first, please email me today saying that you want to stay in the class. That's if you don't, then I start dropping students for not doing that. All right, next is the drop date. Just so if you look at this class and you say, you know, I don't want to be here anymore, you have until the 25th to drop. And what this means is you sign up for the My Math Lab and Mastery. You find out how this all works. You find out how I interact with the students, with you guys, and you say, yeah, that's a good fit for me. Then you keep on going. You are going to have to purchase the the MyLab Mastery software. It's $79.99 for the semester. But then they'll allow you access for the rest of the semester. So the 14 days is really a trial run. You basically get 2 weeks to try out the class, and then we go from there. And if you continue with the class, but then something happens that like you can't complete the class, then you have the 28th of February to drop without receiving letter grade. And the important part here, so the grade scoring, it's made as easy as possible here. It's just 20% of every single thing that comes through. So homework is 20%, midterm is 20, discussion board is slow, exam, and final. And that's about like the easiest way to sort of think through that. The other thing that I have is this right here. And it's just to note that the midterm and the final are taken a little more seriously than the homework, because you can have it as many times as you like to finish up the homework. But when you get to the midterm and the final, you really only have 2 times to get the right answer. And so that one just means between the midterm and the final, the average has to be 70% or higher to pass the class. All right, conduct, I got to read this here. If you do anything that's against board policy or actually disturbing to other members of the class, then that means I get to excuse you from the class. All right, and the support services we have, particularly I want to mention, is the Disabled Students Program. If you think you have a learning disability, please contact that phone number right there. They will have you do an exam and see if you do have one, and then they'll accommodate that for you. Okay, this is where I stop for a little bit. And I say, are there any questions right now for anything from the syllabus or from the intro? And hopefully you guys know how to undo your mic. Let me just go to the chat window just in case. I don't do the chat just because I can't read it and look at the screen at the same time. But if you do need to use a chat because you don't have a microphone with you, that's fine too. I'll kind of just pop open the chat here. But going once, going twice. Any questions so far on anything in the class? Okay, then let's jump to the next part here, which is just Canvas, getting to know Canvas. Hopefully you guys know what the Canvas site looks like. So the home page, as you jump to here, you're going to see just the intro that you should read as an intro. The recording after today right now, there's going to be a recording of it like right here. So you see it here. And these are the PowerPoints that are in the textbook. So you have of examples. So this is 0101 means chapter 1, section 1, chapter 1, section 2. And notice there's no chapter 2 because we skipped chapter 2 and we go directly to chapter 3. And then from here on out, it goes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is the end. This is I stuck in 11 in case you want to browse through it here, but I may just take that off a little bit later because I really don't need that. Okay, so that's the home page of the Canvas site. You also, we'll get to this one just a bit here, but you have the syllabus in case you want to see it again here. And my suggestion as well is that you also get a PDF or a Word document of the syllabus. I'm going to post the syllabus right here into the files menu so you can have that. Okay, just a few more things to go through. You're going to look at your grades right here. That's cool. The modules is actually the home page. So if you click on here, it technically takes you to here. So that's where you're at. And I probably will put another banner up here called announcements up here. And just if there's any things that need to be distributed to you guys, I can put it right here. Okay. One other thing to mention is something called Net Tutor. So West Hills College, Kalinga, what they did is they purchased 40 hours for you in case you need to contact an online tutor. and each student has 40 hours. And so what you do is you click on here, and then you go to, let it load here. You get help 2 different ways, net tutoring right here. And if you need writing center help, that's kind of cool too. That's a new thing that they've added, I think this semester, last semester here, but clicking on this right here, then you have to go to the area that you are interested in. In this case, I'm going to scroll down. It's going to be math, and just this would be fine right here. This is calculus and above. It would be algebra, basic math, and pre-calc. And then when you click on it, let's see if it'll take me there. There it is. You have one of 2 options here. You can drop in and you wait for a tutor to come live to you. They have a little whiteboard and you can interact with them and help them out, and they help you out. The other way to do it is just drop off a question, and they have, I think, 24 hours to respond to the question. And then this little piece right here is your locker. So basically, if you did meet with a tutor, it's recorded and it's going to be right here. If you did drop off a question, there'll be feedback from the question right here. So this will be growing each time you use the net tutor. All right, so hopefully that helped there. And the next thing is the files menu right here. Clicking on the files menu. I will put more information into this a little bit later here, but I got the PowerPoints, and what I did with those, just in case you wanted it, I have all the chapters of everything over here. So this is chapters 1 through 14, in case you need to get any of the PowerPoints from any of the chapters there. Just click on it. When you click on it to download, just make sure you don't print from this screen right here, because it thinks it's only like one thing. So what you want to do is you want to click on the download first. And once it's downloaded, then you open it up, and then it'll be in PowerPoint. All right. The other thing that I want to mention is if I can probably convert this to PDF. So if anybody does not have PowerPoint on their computer and really needs to see it in PDF, I can probably do that as well. Just email me about that. Okay, but still underneath the files menu, right there. There's also a schedule. So let's take a look at that here. So what I'm also going to put in here, I'm going to put the study guides here. So there'll be a study guide for the midterm here, a study guide for the final, and the study
Why
guide
would you do that?
student learning outcome exam. So we'll put those 3 there as soon as the semester gets going. All right, and then the next part is the schedule. Here's what we have. We have to cover 8 chapters in 9 weeks with the midterm in the middle. So today is the first day right here. And then again, just to say, email me stating you want to stay in the class. That's all I need from you. And then sign up for the My Math Lab, which we'll go over. And then on Fridays, every single Friday, there's something due, just so you know. There it is. So on the 26th, you go on to the next one here, chapters 4 and 5. And then on the 16th, there's the midterm exam. So there's that. And then we'll go from there, chapters 6, 7, and 8. And included in the 8th right here is going to be the student learning outcomes exam as well. And then you got a week to prep for the final. And so the final is then on that Friday as well. So hopefully that helped out there. So then here's where I go back to it. And I say open up the mic here. Are there any questions off of anything off the Canvas site? Okay, you guys all doing good. Just making sure, because I don't want to overwhelm you here. And again, this will be recorded in case you will need to watch it again, just to make sure. That's cool too. Okay, then let's jump into the big one here. So I'm not sure how many of you use this here. This is called My Lab and Mastery. It is the publisher website for a lot of the textbooks here. We use at West Hills College, not all of them, but a good number of them. And so your grades are going to come into Canvas because they're going to be linked together here. But what you want to do is you want to set this up. When you click on it the first time, it's going to say get started or something like that. You're going to click on it, and they're going to ask for an access code. And that's what you have to pay, the $79 if you are going to stay in the class. But just to try for the first 14 days, you can just go in and put your first name, last name, email address, and it doesn't matter which one you want to use. If you want to use your West Hills College email address, your personal email, that's fine. That's kind of up to you. It's just whichever one you check more. That's all. And then once you do that, then you're going to enter the class itself. All right, and then let me give you the student version of the class. So you should get very familiar with this looks like quite a bit in the resources that are here. And so first things first, this is the student view. As you look at it here, it gives you by default 2 weeks. And notice there's Friday. There's some stuff here that's due on Friday. And then you can just do a whole entire course. So not a calendar, but a course like this. If you do during the current way, you can actually switch out to a whole month view if you like. And then what happens is there's your month view, but underneath here's all your stuff that's due for 1 month right here. Okay, so notice there's going to be 2 things that are due. First is going to be all the pretest. So there's going to be a pretest and a post-test per chapter. Real quick here, the pretest will not be graded. We're good. This is for you just to try it, to see how you're doing, to see what's going on, how much of the chapter you know. It's almost like those in the old days we used to call them KWL charts. What you know, what you want to know, what you learned. And so what you know is going to be right here. So the pre-tests, just go for it. It's 20 questions, 20 to 25 questions, basically. But you just go through the test real quick here just to understand, like, hey, this is what I'm going to be learning if I don't know it yet. And so they're going to be looking at patterns for the first chapter here. So there's a whole bunch of pattern questions. And go to the end here. And a few things which I should note here. So sometimes when you click on this, you have that little panel comes up. So this is your fraction bar. This is your mixed number bar. Here's your exponent. This is your absolute value, square root, any kind of root you want. This is called a subscript right here. These are called coordinates. And then you got some more stuff right here, all this other stuff that you can if you're dealing with angles and if you're dealing with other pi. There's pi right there. So there's that piece. Okay, so go through the pretest. They will not be counted against you. And then, but the one that's going to be counted against you will be the post-test. So that's the one, even though you can take it as many times as you like. That's going to be that's where the points are going to be at. But you can't take the post-test without taking the pretest. And that's the little prereq for that. All right, and then let's see on the calendar. I did want to show you something real quick here. If we go to the calendar view, no, we haven't gone that far. Okay, so if we went another couple weeks, you'd see nothing there, but it'll be filled in with the midterm exam when it's there. Okay, so that's where you're going to do most of your work. You're pretty much going to be there for a good amount. So then what are the resources here? So let's go here. It's called the eText contents. So the first thing is right here, you got an eText for you. And we can click on that, but I just want to show you a couple of things here. Probably the better way to do it is to open up the chapter and then literally just go to chapter 1. And then you have ebook resources, chapter opener, but you can click on 1. Okay, so you have 2, not the study plan, you don't need that here, but you got the video presentation and you got the ebook. So clicking on the ebook presentation just for a bit. It pretty much just goes through the book. And it gives you pretty much a teacher approach to the problem. Okay, if you go to the ebook, just want to show you that, and we'll stop here for now with any questions here. Ebook is going to give you a PDF version of the textbook as well as links in it as well. So here's that, and there's 1.1, and then now you have the ebook and the 4-step problem solving process. When you click on here, guess what? You get back to that same video. So video again. Okay, so there's that. Let me get back to right here. So the ebook is going to contain all the items, and they'll be interspersed videos throughout. Okay, let me pause there again. And for some, this may be a whole new deal here. So talk to me. Anybody, any questions for anything from the calendar to the homework, pre-test, post-test homework, or the ebook? Okay. Jacqueline, you said you cannot see the file section. Okay, let's see. I think I'm in share mode here. Yeah, let me go back to that one really quick. You tell me here if you see this one right here. If you go back here underneath the files, if I click on that, or you're saying you can't see it yourself. Okay, let me just check here something then. Oh yeah, okay, sounds good. Then thank you for telling me here. Let me okay, we'll pause here real quick here. Let me fix something. All right, so for 1.1, I do want to show you a few more things off the ebook itself. So the ebook does contain links to the videos. That's right. That little link right there will take you to the video. All right, and let's see what we can. I want to go a little bit further in the textbook itself here. So I'm going to go. Let me click on ebook again. You notice it just opens up a new window. That's all. All right, there's a link to that video right there. And let me see if I can go fast forward here. Let's see, this is page 4. I can maybe get to 10. Let's see if 10 will get me where I want to be. Nope. Okay, let me go to 15. All right, there it is. 14 actually. So there are some questions in the back of each section. If you want to try these just to sort of see if you're understanding it, you can, and that'll be perfectly fine. The reason why I show you that is because when you get back to this little piece right here under the ebook contents, and let's see if I can find it real quick here. Scroll down. You do have, one second, maybe not that one. There it is. Okay, there's a student solution manual right here, and that will give you the answers to those exercises we just looked at right over here. So it's under video and resource library. So every single chapter we have, again, we're going to skip chapter 2, but chapter 3, there's 5 sections here. Try it, go for it here. If you want to do it by video or by ebook, that's your choice. So you can see how you're learning. And as we get together for office hours, there'll be a matter of questions. And if you did understand something here. All right, the other piece I want to show you. All right, the other piece I want to show you is the learning tools. Okay, this one's going to be as well the learning tools. Oh, let me. There it is. Okay, so don't open it up. Don't go to here, right here, just the top line resource library. So this one right here, I do want to show you here. So all the chapters, let's focus on chapter 1 since we're getting there. So clicking on 1, and what you do is you just select everything, and you can, let's go fine tune it. Let's go all sections first here. Let's see. And so what it allows you to bring up is all the resources. There's your ebook right here. There's some video lectures. And then there's some animation if you want to see this, sort of that color patterns here for this one. Here's your PowerPoints, but we already have them on Canvas. Okay, and then these ones I do want to show you the difference here. So the IMAP, those are the ones from the classroom where you see students actually apply some of the things that we're learning in the textbook. And the example videos are actually from the textbook itself. So that example one about the triangles and the perimeter of a triangle, there's that one right there. Some of them are exactly the same problem. Some of them are slightly different problem, but it gets to the same exact concept most of the time. If you want to shorten your search just to make sure that you're getting what you need here, so just click on that right there. And so my suggestion is maybe just jump to the example videos here, right there. And then this is going to be should be the intro video. This is the intro video we saw, and then the example videos. All right, I see another chat here. Question maybe. Oh yeah, thank you so much. Yep, recording now. Cool. Okay, let me pause there now. So any questions right now? I know there's a lot to digest here, and if you need to watch the video twice, I totally understand. But any questions at that point where we're at? Okay, so I'm going to go back to the Canvas site. And maybe the best way to do this here, let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's do this here. Instead of taking a vote here for the office hours, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you, it's called a doodle poll. And it gives you availability of times. That'll probably be the best way to do it. It's going to be a doodle poll. And I'm going to set it up for let's see, I'm going to set it up for next week. So it's going to run 22nd to 26th. And it'll give you all the times. And so just please select the times that you would want to go into office hours. And from that, I'm going to select the time where most people are able to do that here. In fact, I think I can just bring it up here. It's called Doodle Poll right here. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. All right, let me log in real quick here. All right, yeah, as soon as this is over, I will go ahead and send this out. So it's gonna be 60-minute charts. I'm gonna do it for next week just so I can have a Monday, like a Monday through Friday all in there. So I'm gonna block off Fridays and Sundays and Saturdays, obviously, but I need you just to select anything from Monday through Friday and what times work best for you. So when are you available? That's what I want to do. All right, and once we'll open it up. I'll take a look at it probably tomorrow, and I'll probably select the top 2 hours that most people can get to, and we'll just use those as our office hours as long as it doesn't conflict some of my face-to-face class schedules. So hopefully I figure that's probably the best way to do that than try to take a poll here. Okay. So yes, Lupe, the questions here. So most of the work is submitted through MATLAB. Yes, all your content of the class itself is submitted. And now let's go back over here. The only other stuff that you're going to have to sort of deal with is the discussion boards. So they're right over here. They're going to be on a to-do list. And I will email, let me just get rid of this. And I will email you guys when the discussion board pops up. But you have a discussion board number 1. So that's, let's see, I'm going to say this here. I think that's the only thing that you need to monitor to do on Canvas. Then this one, it just says, just do a quick intro about yourself. I normally do about 5 of these throughout the semester, and they'll pop up. So let me go to the directions for it here. So, and I'll make that available to you. So it should be on the calendar there as well. So here's the discussion board instructions. There it is, just the part 1, part 2. Part 1 is always going to be do something, write something, and then part 2 is always going to be respond to 2 others in your class. And it's 10 points for the first part, 10 points for the second, to give you a 20 points each per discussion board, and roughly about 5 for the semester that I will set up here. As we get ready for the midterm, there's going to be one. As we go after the midterm, there'll be another one as we approach the final. So, all right, let me jump to that right there. And I'm going to open up the chat window here. So so I think I'm done here. So any other questions that you may have? All right. Okay, and I'm gonna pretty much stop now. It's been what, 45 minutes, almost 45 minutes here. So I'm gonna stop here. And if you want to wait and kind of just interact with me afterwards, that will be perfectly fine as well. If you're too shy to ask the question right now, that'd be cool. And we'll go from there. And I'm gonna stop recording here.